Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Now, this is a game between DugeHick and TrOPiCaNa on Dusk Towers. In the top side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is TrOPiCaNa with weird alternate caps. And in the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is DugeHick. Alright, so this was selected by my screeners as one of the best of the Midrank Madness replays sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Midrank Madness in the title. Had them vote on it. This one gathered a lot of votes, so I'm going to go ahead and cast it. Alright, so if you don't know what Midrank Madness is, this is our weekly examination of gold, platinum, and diamond level replays that don't usually get much attention out there in the StarCraft world. We love watching lobby stuff like bronze. We like watching the high-level pro stuff. But, you know, Platinum kind of gets ignored along with Diamond. Like, you're not good enough to be in Master, so why should I bother watching you? That's kind of the attitude that we see. But this is something I like to do for my subscribers, for my watchers, just because there is some interest in it, and people do like to see themselves getting cast. And I figure, hey, why leave them out of the casting fun just because they are in the middle of the pack? All right, let's go ahead and pull up our list of Reaper names, as that could be something we're going to see here in just a minute. Looks like SCV was scouting back there. Did that catch the... Nope, didn't actually catch the Nexus. Assumes it's coming up, right? Has to make that assumption. And it is a Reaper on the way here from that production tab. Reaper, whose name is Ricciardo. All right, Ricciardo, the Reaper. Gonna head on out here, try to get some stuff done. Again, killing probes, 30% of your grade. Scouting, 30% of your grade. No one would say killing lings, but maybe killing zealots, another 30% of your grade. I don't know. Maybe saving an SCV. If you can do that, Mr. Reaper Ricciardo, you will be in a good place. SCV scouting everywhere, looking for proxy tech possibly. That is something that definitely could pop up here. And here goes our Reaper moving out across the map. There is an expansion coming up for DugeHick. Gonna call him Duge from now on. It's a little bit easier to say. Flows better off the tongue. And yeah, but that timing on the Nexus. Nexus definitely earlier than that command center is, or that orbital command. Trying to get on up. And again, the question is there going to be a mothership core? Yes, mothership core is coming out. Is there going to be the ability to photon overcharge? Yes, there is. Oh, but there's not a pylon up here. Oh no. This is not good. KD8 charge knocking back. Can he get that kill? Yes! He does, in fact, get a probe kill. Nicely done, Ricciardo, backing on out with those combat drugs. Yes, the mothership core doesn't hit very hard, but he only has 60 hit points to deal with. So definitely doesn't want to take any more damage than is required as the Reaper. Meanwhile, production tab showing Warp Gate research. We have an Adept, another Adept here, patrolling back and forth. Is that a patrol? That is definitely a patrol. Moving back here, follow up with a reactor on the barracks and a factory. Factory popping up on here as well. Single refinery out of our Terran player and double assimilator for Mr. Red Protoss TrOPiCaNa. Alright, so basically really worried about this Reaper coming back. He's actually way out though. Scouting everywhere for proxy tech. I don't know. This blue Terran might have been proxied at some point recently and just has PTSD from it, because he has sent an SCV out here everywhere looking for stuff, looking for proxy dark shrines or proxy stargates or whatever Protoss players are capable of doing. But so far, no, all the red is very much contained within these two bases. Nothing to worry about there whatsoever. Forge coming up. Double Forge, get those upgrades started early. That is something you can definitely do in this matchup. Double Observer popping out as well. And some Hellions with Widowmine setting up with... Oh, what's that? Medevac case. So Medevac. So probably, I don't know, we want to say a Marine Hellion type drop here. A lot of Marines coming out and actually making a lot of maybe a Hellbat drop. Oh, Hellbat drops are pretty good. Pretty darn good here in Legacy of the Void. We'll have to see what that is. That's actually a double Observer coming out from that robotics facility first. It's usually an Observer. Oop. Did that Reaper just die? Is that what that was? Hang on. Yeah, he tries to up here. Takes one shot from the Adept. 2 shots from the Adept, and the Stalker finishes him off. So he did get that one probe kill, which is nice. He did scout on in and see some stuff. I mean, not the best scout I've ever seen. We'll call him passable. We'll give him a passable rating. I do love that he killed that probe. That was nice. That was an excellent move for sure. This SCV is still running around. This is insane. Meanwhile, more and more gateways coming up. Has started +1/+1 for those ground units. Did TrOPiCaNa. Worker count is currently 31 to 41. Nicely done. 10 worker count lead for the Protoss player. Not something to see every day against Terran. And yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot of Hellions. Does he have an armory? You need the armory to upgrade to the Hellbats. And no, they're just moving out normal style. No big deal. Observer does scout them out, sees the Hellions coming. Difficult to get through here. Immediately blocks that with a Stalker. These guys ready to assist as necessary. Photon overcharge on that pylon. Also very good at keeping these Hellions away. I mean, it's just late. It's really late to be doing this kind of a thing, especially considering they got scouted, which is a little bit unlucky. I mean, yeah, if that block wasn't there, they could probably get inside the main base and do some damage, but as it stands, they were hoping there was a third base, possibly they get some damage on, and here comes the drop. Yep, Widowmine and Marines dropping right on back here. Yes, there's a pylon. You got to watch out for that Photon overcharge, but killing one, killing a few of those workers, trying to get on up, and no, holding the line. Holding the line is that Stalker. Medevac gets knocked out of the air. Widowmine has 5 kills. What? Wow, 5 kills is a big number. Again, I'm not sure that TrOPiCaNa knows that it's here, which is the concern that, oh my gosh, the Hellions actually got through. Hellions got through. Good splits, pretty good splits here by TrOPiCaNa. Did not line up all of his probes, at least not for too long. But regardless, we're looking at 10 workers killed by Duge. Make it 13 as another Widowmine shot gets off back here. Yeah, dangerous stuff for sure. So it's now currently 35 to 37 harvesters. Photon overcharge and a couple observers. A little bit overkill on the observers. Do manage to take out that Widowmine. No big deal. Meanwhile, Liberators already here for Duge. Looks like he wants to go for more of them. Liberators are good, as we've seen from players, exemplified by certain players on the channel. Liberators good in TVP. Observer sitting right on top of these production facilities saying, hey, what up? You gonna make some stuff? Can I watch? Can I watch you make some stuff? How does that sound? And the answer is pretty good. Nexus coming up. Pylon on the way. Another pylon on the way. Pretty good Stalker Adept army here. I'd like to see some Immortals. Holy crap, he is Observer. Really Observer dependent right now. That is 4. Make it 2 more to get 6 Observers. I guess if you're worried about more Widowmine stuff, that would make sense. I guess if you want to blanket the entire map with observers, that's good too. Twilight Council on the way, probably for blink for these Stalkers. Also, we could maybe see disruptors here, assuming we get a robotics bay, but no sign of that on the production tab quite yet. +1 infantry, weapons on the way, combat shield, and stim coming up for Duge. I'm surprised those aren't done yet. Seems like he delayed to get as big of an army as he did. That was a lot of Hellions, have to be sure. Double pumping medevacs. Okay, single pumping medevacs off of a reactor at starport. Who's going to take a third at this point? There's that third command center, and there's that third nexus. And are these just, I mean, these are just observers heading out, trying to see when drops are coming, trying to see what's coming up the middle of the ramp, or middle of the map. And that's another barracks on the way. So current army supply is 32 to 30. Pretty darn even. 41 to 51. TrOPiCaNa has the nice worker lead once again, about 10 over his Terran opponent. Bringing the army down to the low ground to try to protect this third base. And Observer still boosted. Did he get the speed upgrade for the Observer? No. Wait, is there a speed upgrade for the Observer? I'm trying to remember now. There's one for the Warp Prism, I know. I think there's one for the Observer, too. No one ever gets it, though. No one actually ever gets that. So Liberator sets at Defender mode circle. A couple Widow Mines are visible to the Observer. So nothing hidden, nothing gained there from Duge. Alright, someone needs to make a move. Let's do this thing. Let's move on out. Getting +2/+2. Fantastic. That's a pretty good move. Getting Blink. That's a good move here, too. I just don't... I mean, we've seen this before, right? You get enough Stalkers to deal with the Liberators and hope your Adepts can deal with the ground army, or at least tank for the ground army, while your Stalkers are getting rid of the stuff in the air. And I really think if they can use some good Stalker micro here... Oh, getting some High Templar. Beautiful. Beautiful High Templar. Fusion Core on the way for Duge, increasing the range of that Defender mode circle by 4. For the Liberators. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now there are 3 Defender mode circles. I'm not sure if there are enough Stalkers to deal with that. There definitely was enough to deal with 1 earlier, but I don't know. Keep making those Stalkers. Keep getting those upgrades. They'll be a big stinking deal. Infantry armor level 1 just now, about halfway complete for Duge. So definitely the upgrades are in TrOPiCaNa's favor right now. If that is something you are rooting for, rooting interest in the Protoss winning, here comes the push. Duge moving on out and getting scouted. I have to assume this Observer saw the move out, because otherwise I don't know what your existence is for, Observer. High Templar are working on some Archon morphings. There's a Stargate coming up for TrOPiCaNa as well, and there's that advanced ballistics ability. So spreading out, trying to get a nice concave. Is Blink finished yet? Blink is finished. These are Blink Stalkers with +2/+2. Pretty intimidating stuff. for the Terran army. Do it. Blink in. No. Nope. Concussive shell is definitely up. That's for sure. Don't overextend. Pull back to the safety. There we go. That's how you got to do it, Terran players. You got to pull back to the safety of the circles, pop on out, try to draw them into the circles where they will meet their doom. Observer is seeing everybody that's coming through here, including Marines, including Marauders. And I don't know. He's being a little bit too cavalier, bouncing outside of the circles here. He is killing some stuff. Lost a Templar there. Templar at the front lines. That's not something you want to do at all. TrOPiCaNa needs to do this thing. He feedbacks all the medevacs and is able to take them down as well. A little bit lazy with the medevacs there was Duge. That hurt. That actually hurt quite a bit. Now is he going for it? Still really worried about these Liberators. And Adept taking some shots with the concussive shells. Continued reinforcements flowing across off of these 3 bases for Duge. He has a nice setup here. Storm's on the way for TrOPiCaNa, but it's not nearly complete. Not even close to complete here. Adept scout and see what they're dealing with. I think they got it. I really do feel like the Protoss player can break this, especially with +2/+2 upgrades, getting +3 ground armor and +3 ground weapons. Man, this is a really impressive upgrading schedule from TrOPiCaNa at this level. Slowly sieging forward with the Liberators, trying to make TrOPiCaNa's operating area a little bit smaller every single time. Just a teeny tiny bit smaller. Marines, Marauders, and going for it. Here it is, moving on up. Almost gets a Templar. He really wants it. Can't quite pull it off, though. Adept gets evaporated. Another Adept gets evaporated. And TrOPiCaNa is totally backed into a corner here. At some point, you got to go. These Liberators are going to keep coming. And Archon in the front. Immortals getting through here, too. The Stalkers blinking forward. And are they going after the Liberators? Yes. One Liberator getting focused on down. Not actually as effectively as I would have hoped. Feedbacks on the medevacs, making them head on up there, too. And just trying to find angles to kill Liberators, if at all possible. Trying to morph in an Archon in there. That didn't really work. There we go. Another round of Stalkers here with that +3/+3. Do it. Blinking on in. 1, 2, 3 Liberators gone. And make it a 4th. All the Liberators are completely out of there. Move in with the rest of the army. Take this thing out. Also, how do you not have an Observer with this army? You have like 6. You have 6 Observers on the field. Where are they? Weird places. That's where they are. You can't see these guys because your Observers are not with your army. This is so weird. So weird. Dark Shrine coming up for TrOPiCaNa. Warp in of Adepts over here. Going to lift up some of them. 3 to be exact. Not 4, which is the max, but that's okay. Adepts trying to sneak on in. Is that a planetary fortress? It is. Adepts trying to get into that mineral line, and they do. They walk right into that mineral line. Yeah, with that +3 attack, they're doing 28 damage versus light, holding the attention of the army while there's another drop back here at this base. Beautiful double-pronged attack here from TrOPiCaNa. Impressive, to say the least. How many workers have been killed so far? 14 workers killed by Duge, 6 by TrOPiCaNa. 54-64. Protoss has a nice, healthy 10-worker lead. An Adept gets evaporated. 2 of them do manage to escape. And finally clearing out these Widow Mines. I mean, they didn't have many kills. They did some damage, though, I guess you could say. Is he trying this again? Yeah, dropping these 2 Adepts back here. Again, with a +3 attack. Pretty darn effective against these SCVs. Is that the 2 shot? Or is that because he was already low on health? Seems like maybe because he was already low on health that he got killed in 2 shots there by the Adept. +3/+3 coming up for Duge, though. He is not going to be a slouch for much longer. He's working on that +3/+3 of his own. Sneaking back down here again. Again is the Warp Prism, and morphing in DTs this time. Oh, no. Is he going to scan in time? Dude, there are DTs killing everything. Ugh, does he know? I don't know if he knows. He's not scanning, that's for sure. Does he have energy? He has enough energy to scan. He's just sort of not doing it. Observer there scouting things out. This base under complete lockdown right now. Duge has nothing going for him at this natural base except, okay, there are a couple of workers doing some stuff, getting a refinery, getting a supply depot. SCVs getting hacked right in the face. Marines, Marauders finally getting here and getting rid of the Adepts, but there's the scan that we should have seen 10 minutes ago, I feel like. DTs do get absolutely cleaned out. So 19 workers killed by TrOPiCaNa takes the lead on that worker killed count. 66-52 total harvesters in favor of TrOPiCaNa. And army supply, 59-76 in favor of TrOPiCaNa. Is he still doing this thing? This Warp Prism is still doing shenanigans, you guys. Okay, got to get the SCV who's building the missile turret. That is your next priority. Get the one. There it is. Got it. Missile turret halted in its construction. More and more SCVs dying here. Dude is not pulling very well. 32 SCVs killed so far. Another scan, another clear out, and then just Adepts going after mules. Killing mules is an excellent use of Adepts. Pop. And again, this base under lockdown as well. Just bouncing back and forth here as Dude really forced to just pay attention and play defense instead of playing as much offense as he would like to. The Adepts just standing right on in. Warp Prism, are you gone? Did you die, Warp Prism? Where is you, Warp Prism? Did they get ya? They might have got him. They might have got that Warp Prism. Anyway, 4th base up here just happily for TrOPiCaNa compared to the 4 bases here for Dude. But again, that worker supply count is 69 to 37. So, I mean, we've seen Terran players come back from worse situations, but it's not looking good. 171 to 114 total supply for the Protoss player. TrOPiCaNa, which is a brand of orange juice in America. Anyway, I'm not sure what it signifies in other countries. Possibly something different. And anyway, continuing to actually not get his worker count back up. I'm not sure what Dude is up to. He has 37 workers total at the 15-minute mark. He has lost 34 SCVs, and he's not replacing them. Look at this. Production tab says, no, we're going to go kill the Protoss player now because he's overexpanding. There's another base there by TrOPiCaNa, and the storms are going to be good. I feel like the storms are going to be important here. Either they hit or they miss. Free Liberators, blink it in. Nope. Free Medevac, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All the baseballs in the world right there. That is a lot of Defender Mode Circle. Do they have any upgrades? No upgrades on the air units. Unfortunately, Robotics Bay coming up for TrOPiCaNa, possibly for those disruptors, as I mentioned earlier. Another big, there it is, big old storm on that bio. Ouch. Ouch. Killing a handful of Marines, weakening everybody, making the medevacs use that energy now, and they'd rather not do it at this point in time. No, Warp Prism is still alive. Where were you earlier, Warp Prism? Am I just blind? I'm probably just blind. I'm often blind as I'm casting these StarCraft 2 matches, trying to keep an eye on everything that is going on. What is that starport for? He hasn't used the starport for anything, as far as I can tell. Again, if he wants to go for Tempest, he needs a fleet beacon, so possibly a fleet beacon under construction would be nice here. Robotics Bay completed. Nothing really happening in that production tab for TrOPiCaNa right now. He's floating quite a bit of money. 2,000 minerals, 1,700 gas. Trying to sneak on up here is the Terran army. DTs at the rear getting destroyed. Unfortunately for them, another big warping of some DTs just trying to attack when the Terran player hasn't scanned. And there's the scan, burning them off. Big old blanket of storms. Wow, walking his own units through them just a little bit. Not what he wants to see here. Stalkers going after the Liberators. Bile getting forced back by all of these storms. How are the Stalkers doing? Not good. Not very good at all, but trying to stand in a bit of a sweet spot where the Liberators can't hit them, although it didn't work for that, Immortal. Adepts are forcing a retreat here from the Terran army. All that's left is a single Marauder, I think. Stalkers trying to kill medevacs, but walking on those circles is absolute doom. As we see, can he get one? He gets one, and he blinks out. Liberator setting up shop back here. Does have 8 total kills. Those are all going to be probes. All going to be probes, and Duge is heading back on home. Still nothing in that production tab for TrOPiCaNa. Again, did make some DTs to warp in for playing defense there, which is nice. Which is excellent. DTs here as well, and the War Prism ready to lay down the law and wreak havoc on the 3 remaining SCVs at this base. Here at the 18-minute mark. Healing everybody up. Excellent, excellent indeed. And what is that? Robotics. That's the Robotics Bay that hasn't done anything so far. Are you AFK right now? TrOPiCaNa? No, TrOPiCaNa's doing stuff. Making some gateways. I guess busy back here. Killing the remaining SCVs again at this natural base. Forcing a liftoff. That thing's going to burn down, I think, though. Can anything save it? Anything save this? SCV comes, save it. Yes, SCV with a collect save. Saves the orbital command. Everything down here is gone, though. Gonzo. Killing this SCV would be good. Getting rid of missile turrets, also fantastic. Yep, SCV gone. This is back to burning. Back to burning. What? Why are you... I mean... In range of a missile turret. Yes, that's why you were seen. Now you're out of the range of the missile turret. Taking down an armory, taking down a tech lab. Just kind of choosing targets at random right now. I almost feel like the AI is being allowed to choose how this works for the DT targeting situation. +3/+3 on these Marines. Oh, try to juke back in. Did not happen. How you doing, Orbital Command? Still on fire. Still on fire. Still on fire. Don't mind me. Extended thermal lance and a fleet beacon coming out. Are you making Colossus right now, TrOPiCaNa? No, those are Immortals, all right. Why the heck are you getting extended thermal lance? You forget what that is? This DT has 8 kills, and I think most of those are buildings, but still pretty darn impressive. Trying to supply block the Terran all by his lonesome. There is a drop on up here. Big drop on up here from Duge right inside the main base, getting the Twilight Council, getting the Dark Shrine. I think should be able to get it with that +3 attack, and indeed Dark Shrine falls. DTs, a big swell of DTs, and there's the scan. That's the problem with DTs. If they're visible, they're not very good. They're not very strong, and any photon overcharge available, not really. Some gateway does manage to survive the onslaught. And I think TrOPiCaNa is going to be A-okay at this point. Not super worried. Not super worried about him. Templar here. Again, with 3 armor, which is very fun. And even plasma shields. Upgraded those plasma shields. That's good stuff. Really expanding like a crazy person here is TrOPiCaNa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th Nexus constructed. But, sneaky base here from Duge. And these guys heading home. I thought that might have been an expeditionary force to try to see what's going on up there, but no, not really expanding, just kind of flying home after a mission accomplished. Zealots now. Do they have charge? If they don't have charge, they are bad. I mean, hard to kill, right? Still doing okay for themselves, but if they had charge, I feel like they'd be a little bit more effective in that situation. More Liberators coming out, another Stargate coming up. Did he cancel? Did he cancel the extended thermal lance? No. Nope. Okay, again, I'm not sure why he did that. I don't know why he get extended thermal lance considering there are no Colossus on the field, and I don't know if there are any planned either. 3 Stargates. What is the transition here for TrOPiCaNa? Is he going Sky Toss? I mean, he has 40 available supply, which isn't many carriers, but still, a handful of carriers is better than none when you've got a pretty good ground army already. Again, Immortals with +3 attack, 65 damage versus armored units. And Immortals are considered armored units, and where are the or Marauders rather considered those units with 125 hit points. Yeah, these Zealots actually putting in some work. Haven't seen Zealots do this much stuff in a long time. Trying to expand here. Dude says no, not allowed. Marauder really wants to kill that Templar. Does manage to get it. Does manage to get the Templar. No questions asked. Blinking on in, trying to get that medevac. No, not gonna happen whatsoever. Medevac's in the air, planetary fortress on the ground, +3 for all these guys all the live long day, and a 4th base for Duge. So, I mean, kind of shut down this base temporarily, but there's a lot of people mining there right now. A lot of probes anyway. This one looks like a ghost town, that's for sure. And it is Tempest in production here for TrOPiCaNa, so I love it. I love Tempest against Liberators. I feel like they're good. They don't hit super hard, but they hit from range, and that's what's important because those Liberators are going to come at you from range for sure. Alright, so big old army here. Got some Templar. Got a lot of Immortal. There's a high Immortal count. Adepts do not have the Resonating Glaives upgrade. That is a pro tip from Falcon Paladin. Get this upgrade if you have this many Adepts. Increases the attack speed of Adepts by 45%, which is insane. Just standing on in here, I feel like, yeah, usually Bio's a little bit scary, but not today. Can we get it? You got to take care of the Liberators. Good Storm on the Bio, getting them heck out of there. Walking through the Storm just a little bit. Stalkers with the +3 attack, just so damaging. Just ripping through this air stuff here. The Medevac's getting destroyed here as well. Setting up a circle. Kablooey blinking forward, getting the Liberator. Planetary Fortress is joining in now. Does have 1 kill, but Immortals are focusing it down, doing so much work. And it's gone. Look how fast that is. And that's it. A good game well played from Duge. Duge is defeated, and TrOPiCaNa is victorious, taking the win for this week's Mid-Rank Madness for Protoss. Nicely done, Protoss. Nice, good economy going here. Didn't spend the money particularly well, but had a good composition. I love the Immortal count. 21 kills. Whoa, that's an impressive Immortal there. The Stalker count was just enough to deal with the Liberators. He had Tempest coming up in case those were necessary. But yeah, the Storm, great choice. Getting Storm, always good, especially at the low levels where Terran players aren't as good at Storm dodging as they might be at the higher. But anyway, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Mid-Rank Madness for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe if you did. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.